Hello everyone, Maurice here, and today I'm bringing a video, just a quick update on the final balance changes before we get into Season 7 of Axie Infinity Origins. So first news of course is that Season 7 is coming. It's going to be Wednesday, 17th of January, so basically in 2 days time. Yeah, so it's I guess a long wait really, nearly 2 months since the end of last season. Yes, there's really not much going on, but of course the big thing is parts evolution, and of course I assume the Sky Mavis team has been just spending a lot of time on updates, different things, especially parts evolution, and maybe the XC classics and stuff as well. Maybe manpower has been shifting different places, but anyway, so we finally have season 7 coming. So the main update really is that Bubble Bomb has been nerfed. And yeah, I'm just going to straight right into the nerf. And of course, yeah, it's just been too strong. It has been tested, especially in the tournaments, pre-season 7 tournaments. And we see that, yeah, basically now Bubble Bomb, the damage goes from 32 to 30, which is really not a lot, I must say. Of course, you can say, oh, it adds up because usually that would be like 10 bombs, and that would be basically what 20 damage. So yeah, it's I don't know if it's enough or not. But I think the other change is Heart of Ocean. Okay, that's also problematic, and now it changed from 2% to 1.5% of the target's max HP. So yeah, again, nerfing it a bit. Of course, it's making it a bit slower, meaning you just need to build a bit more bombs before you can OTK the opponent, and that basically opens up opportunity for opponent to outrace the bubble bomb team. So yeah, I think I don't know if it's going to be enough, but a lot of people are definitely still going to play bubble bombs at the very top, but it's just going to be slightly slower. In a way, I feel like it is going to be comparable to Purge in a way because it's both of combo OTK kind of team. Of course, the problem with Purge is that it still takes a while to get set up, and you don't have the defensive mechanism of shielding while you set up as well, right? So for Purge, it's more about gaining rage as opposed to gaining yeah, as opposed to gaining the bubbles. But of course, the other problem with Purge, similar to Bubble Bomb, actually, is the last stand can be a problem just because you can't really KO the last stand and then you might get KO'd. So yeah, so now I feel like it's hopefully more balanced, but we'll see. We'll see. I think once the season starts, then we'll see how Bubble Bomb plays out in the 3 different eras. Okay, and the next one is actually Shady Exchange. So Shady Exchange actually has a small nerf because before that it was pretty strong because every time you gain a fragment you deal 5 damage and heal 5. Now it basically goes to heal 4 and deals 3 AoE damage instead. So it's definitely more manageable, especially with all the Nemo ear, Nemo tail, and whatever other things that you can gain fragments with, right? There's just a lot of ways in which you can gain fragments, and you're just dealing a lot of damage, especially early game with all the Nemo tails and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's fair change. Now it changed to the point where I think you might want to think about whether you want to play Shady Exchange or not, just because it does slow you down in terms of the fragments in the first 2 turns. So it might not allow you to actually get into energy burst in round 2 or even round 1. But yeah, so this is something to think about. Definitely a more balanced, I would say. So I think City Exchange will see play, but probably not as OP. One thing I also want to talk about is summon. So summon, I thought it was going to be quite good, but partly is because I misunderstood how it works. Because well, for season 7, what happens is that they added a stat to each summon cards, and I thought the summon cards would well, the stats on the card will actually have a direct or immediate effect, but actually I don't think it does, if I understand it correctly, meaning it only affects the summon stats, really, the effects of the summon, as opposed to actually doing attack or dealing heal directly. So like from the card, right? So it's all still on the summon. So in that sense, I think Rare Era will still be good for summons, but I'm not sure about the Epic and the Mystic era, just because there are just so many other runes that are so much stronger that summons just might not make it in the other 2 eras. Okay, and then I do want to talk about potential new archetypes, just because that's the new mechanic. But of course, one thing I should say is that those so-called new archetypes are probably not going to be very competitive, just because they are quite new, and I don't think they have enough support. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So steel and the counter mechanic, I think, is worth trying, right, to build around, just because there are quite a number of steel mechanics, and yeah, you could get to quite a high stack of cunning pretty quickly, but the only thing you should really think about is also the alert mechanics that's stopping you from gaining the cunning stacks too quickly. So yeah, it's going to be fun for team builder to just try to build around a team like this, but I don't think it'll be too competitive, but it's just more really for casual players to just have a bit of fun. Similarly for fear, it's also like redesigned in a way, and there are 3 damage cards that synergize with fear. But there are a few problems. One is that there are not many ways to apply fear, and second is that there are not many cards that synergizes with fear. And I think the main one is that the 3 cards that synergizes with fear, like the 3 attack cards, now it says target random enemy, and so it makes it very inconsistent. Yeah, so this is the reason why I don't think Fear is going to be that good. But who knows? Maybe give it another season or two, maybe it'll make it. But of course, now this is more about trying it out, have fun for the casuals. And then Goo as well. I think Goo is worth mentioning. Another rework. I do feel like this time round it's going to be significantly stronger than previous seasons, but still I don't think it's going to be like good enough to get it all the way up there. But still, again, fun to play, but don't expect too much. And the bulk, I think this one, yeah, so this one is for sustain player really, and also as a story player. Players, just because I can see sustain definitely will probably still be around, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun new toy to for sustain player to play in terms of just dealing more damage, just more ways in which to deal damage. I think it's gonna be a fun new kind of way to play sustain. And I should also mention about some notable existing archetypes. That's because actually a lot of archetypes that I thought will get nerfed but never really get touched. And so, and the other factor that I haven't really mentioned is, of course, parts evolution. A lot of archetypes will get even stronger just because the evolved parts are just stronger, right? That's why I don't think there will be that many changes in terms of the meta for season 7 compared to season 6, probably with the exception of bubble bombs. So yeah, let's just get into those existing archetypes that has been pretty strong last season. So Sandos definitely one. Even okay, so they nerfed the Blood Pack from 3 to 4 PP, but I still think that it's just gonna run Blood Pack just because of the debuff, and of course it's the to play against sustain as well, and just in general it's just a very good debuff with the Death Mark, dealing a lot more damage. So I think yeah, Sando, especially Evolve Sando, is going to be very strong, and I think I would expect to see Evolve Sando running around quite a lot. And Anemone also similarly, right, very strong with parts evolution. Right now, dealing 10 extra damage each card is yeah, I feel like it's gonna be yeah, it's still gonna be there. Fair Descent is another one, untouched, meaning Mystic Era, you'll probably see more feathers again. I don't expect that to change unless there will be like a counter or something. But feather descendants give so much value. And actually, the same can be said for Last Stand as well, in the sense that even though Last Stand is nerfed from 30 to 20% in terms of the bonus, but I think it's not really about the bonus. Of course, the bonus is good, but the effect of buying an extra turn is really just too good. So that's why Last Stand I think will still be played. And then Rage. I would say I have to mention Rage. I think Rage has always been there. It's always been strong. It's just that it's not very been popular recently. But maybe with some new charm, especially like the discount coupon, I think in Mystic, so it will definitely allow Rage to be able to get to Fury a lot faster. Just because you can discount the 2 cost card into 1 cost. So yeah, expect to see some rage. People will still, there'll be some particular people who will definitely will continue to try rage. And similarly for Purge, might benefit from this as well, but who knows? Yeah, Last Stand is still going to be a problem for Purge. And finally, Poison, I think I definitely should mention just because it is one of those more for casual players, I must say, right? Poison hasn't really been like the most competitive for many seasons, but it has always been there, right? So it's definitely be able to get you into Challenger for sure. And so, yeah, it's definitely one that you can, it's playable for all three eras. And the added benefit is that I think for casual, especially, right, where you want to focus this on like parts evolution, and for Poison, a lot of the parts are pretty good when you evolve them. So there's a bit more incentive to just play Poison, evolve your improve your Axies, evolve your Axie to just put more poisons and just deal more damage. So I think it's definitely a fun one just because, well, the other reason is because, yeah, you can play for all three eras as well. So it's not like, say, Fatal Descent, where your team can only work when you have Fatal Descent. So, yeah, Poison can be a pretty good choice. Okay, if we're going to get into the conclusion, I should actually scroll back up here and do talk about some new changes in terms of the collectible axes now have a very small base increase. Actually, I won't say very small, but of course, most of the collectible axes are not optimal in terms of their cards. So then that's why like having this additional benefit probably is not going to break the game, but yeah, it is something I would say. But of course, it's definitely not as significant as increasing our AXP level or XA level and parts evolution. So I feel like this season, the theme is really pretty much everything stays the same except you have parts evolution, and then see how that changes the whole player base in terms of how people play the game. And the other thing I should mention is because of the vertical progression, I do feel like for casual players or just every player really, you do get an additional sense of achievement when you win a game. You not just get the SLP, but also you are progressing in terms of contributing to your axis, leveling up, and getting to evolution and making our axis stronger. So I think this is the big part that has been missing, I think, in Axie, and now it's really going to make a difference, I feel like, in terms of just player mentality, right? How players going to approach the game. This is how player feels the game. Just because, a lot of players, they quit the game just because, okay, so it's the same thing again. There's not much progression. Every season is similar. Okay, the only thing you gain is SLP and one moonshot. So they don't, those might not mean much for a lot of players. But now with something else that might mean something for more players, then yeah, that will be definitely helps for player retention, I would say. Okay, and of course, yeah, scholarship programs I should mention as well, is because I think that will definitely be a comeback for grinding AXPs, because a lot of the high level player will definitely want to try out different teams, but they probably won't have time to have grind the AXP for particular axes, and so yeah, I would expect guilds and just high level players in general will probably pay people just to grind AXP for certain axes. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, good luck and have fun with season 7. Hopefully, we'll have a fun and diverse meta in the season 7 across all three eras. Okay, so that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.